So I am new to the Bible. If you're new to my channel, I am new to the Bible. I am a new believer. I am a new Christian. I'm barely trusting my life in the Lord, right? But I have read a couple of pages in the Bible, don't get me wrong, and I know that in Ephesians it says that we are not fighting flesh, we are fighting spirits. And the way that that has manifested in my life, you have to go watch one of my last videos. I'm in my room and I have glasses on, and I think it's one of the only videos that I have glasses on the thumbnail. So, and it says on the title, God has a message for you. So click on that one where I'm talking about the spiritual battle in my own home, in my own marriage. Okay. And the way that the spiritual battle has been against me, just because I've been deciding to speak up, just because I've been deciding to bring others in this journey, right? Because I could stay on my own. I am on my own. I have no friends. I literally have no friends. I have literally no family. I only have my husband and my kids. And I will say it again. I'm sorry if you are a subscriber and you hear this every time, but I'm always getting new subscribers, and I thank you for that. And I want you to know that I am 33 years old and I have 3 kids. I have a 13-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old. Okay, and I'm married. I've been married for 17 years. We've been together since we were 16 and 17. We've been having marriage problems, and this video is not about marriage. This video is not just about family. It's not about my problems. This video is about specifically what God has done, has been doing, and what He's done in my life. And how Satan has been working in my life, trying to get in, trying to battle, because he's afraid. I know he's afraid. Like, he's afraid of the fact that I am speaking, that I open my mouth, and I'm not only, doing this for myself, but I not randomly, because God told me to start recording, but that I just randomly started, okay, I'm going to start recording and sharing my testimony, right? And Satan is afraid of that. He's afraid of us. He's afraid of us, the people that decide to speak up and spread the word. And I got a comment the other day where someone was saying that, why is there so many prophets in the world if only God has one prophet? I don't know. I don't consider myself a prophet. I use the hashtag prophetic word just because I know it's going to get out there, but I don't know if I don't consider myself a prophet. It's just that I just come here and I speak what's going on in my life, and I like to share what's going on in my life because I like to shine the light on other people. And that's what we're here for, you guys. That's what we're here for, to help each other out, to bring each other up and out of the hole, because sometimes it feels like you're just sinking down and you have nobody to pull you up. And sometimes you turn on YouTube and you watch a video and you feel related to someone. And that's God speaking to you, letting you know that you're not alone. Okay, I'm not saying I'm God. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm saying that I have struggles and yet I'm here. I'm saying that I have daily struggles, but I keep on putting my faith and trust in God every day. And it's an everyday thing, okay? It's an everyday thing. And if you're new to my channel, I recommend that you subscribe, because every Wednesday I'm gonna do a little mini Bible study, because I'm new to the Bible, but I am learning. And the way that I am learning, it's like I read it to you, I read the verse, and then I write it down, and then I write down what I understand, and then I write down how I can apply it in my life. So I really hope that by sharing that, I can help you understand the Bible as well, because I for sure had no idea. Like, I had no freaking idea, like what the Bible meant, or I would want to open it and I just didn't want to read it, okay? But God had been calling me, He made me pick up the Bible a couple of times. I would look through it and I just would put it back, and I would talk to Him and I'd be like, Lord, I can't. Like, I ask that you give me, the wisdom that I need in order for me to understand how to read it, but I can't right now. And He knew it. He knew, but He saw me trying until the day I decided to, start. And I started in Matthew. If you've never started, I recommend that you start there, because the book of Matthew literally starts off telling you how you should live your life on a daily basis. Okay. And on my Bible study that I'm doing every Wednesday, I'm talking about the book of Matthew, so we can study together, so I recommend that you subscribe and we can study together every Wednesday. Expect a video every Wednesday. I won't be uploading them in the morning. So we can do this Bible study together. Anyway, so what I was saying, yeah, so it's a spiritual battle, you guys. It's a spiritual battle. And always remember that not everybody is going to support you, okay? Not everybody's going to come and, tell you, hey, you're doing a good job. No, because the enemy will use anybody that's around you, will use everybody, as a matter of fact, that is around you. And remember that it's not them, okay? Remember that, let's say it's your sister, that's telling you, oh, like, you're a Christian now. I had my husband tell me, oh, like, now you're a Christian. I knew it wasn't him. I know my husband himself wants the best for me, but it wasn't him. The enemy is using anybody that he can around me to bring me down. And all I did was show him grace and show him love. And you know what? We're going to church this Sunday. We're going to church this Sunday, something that has never happened in my life. I wasn't expecting for my husband to even want to go to church. I didn't even invite him, and he invited himself, okay? The way the Lord worked in that situation, I'm going to share with you, because we were having marital problems. And like I said, this is not about marriage. This is about me sharing what God has done in my life. So we were having marital problems, and I was about to divorce and whatever. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm tired. I had the enemy coming into my head and telling me that God didn't want me with him. That the best thing, and remember, I'm telling you, we have 3 kids and we've been married for 17 years. So I was being told that, no, you're too good for him. You're a Christian now. So, and he's not, and he doesn't want to walk that path. So you got to leave him. You got to leave him because you're better than him. He doesn't want to live with you. He doesn't want to live that life. He doesn't want to see the light. So leave him in the darkness. Do you think that's from God? Tell me if you think that's from God. I don't have anybody else telling me, no, it's not from God. I didn't go to marriage counseling, but I put 1 and 1 together and I prayed about it. And I said, Lord, tell me what to do. And he said, do you think I'm really telling you to leave your husband behind? Do you think I want to leave a sheep behind? Do you think I want you to leave do you think I want you to destroy your family? And I said, no, I don't think that's godly. I don't think God wants me to leave my husband behind in the darkness by himself, right? Because we were fine. Me and my husband were perfectly fine. We loved each other. We still love each other, but we loved each other until the day I decided to become a Christian. I don't, it's not that I'm a Christian, it's just that I started reading the Bible. It's just that I changed my ways of music. It's just that I changed my ways of acting during the day, shining the light and being happy. And he couldn't stand it. You know why? Because he wasn't there. He wasn't there. He could see my happiness. He could see my joy. He could see he would see me with my Bible. He would see me carrying around my stuff. And I could sense his vibe, It's not that he wanted the worst for me. It's just that he had the enemy telling him things. Oh, she thinks she's too good. Oh, she thinks she's too close to God. That's what was happening, okay? That's what was happening behind doors these couple of days. And I said, Lord, I'm going to go to church with my kids. I'm going to go to church with my kids, me and myself and my kids, right? Because I wasn't about to force him to go with me. I didn't even mention it to him. The only thing is that I told him the other day, I told him, he's like, what are we going to do today? And I was like, look, today I'm going to do this and this and this. And also I told him I'm going to go to church because I want to go to this church that I saw and I want to go with the kids this coming Sunday. And he was like, he didn't say anything, but he was like, I'm going to go, like, I'll take you. And I was about to get in my, in my own head and be like, no, like, I'll go by myself. But I heard God tell me to let him take you. And I was like, all right, And then on our way over there, I was like, Lord, I don't know what this is going, I don't know what this is going to, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to tell him that I'm going to get off on my own and he'll wait for me in the car. So we got to the church and I was like, okay, like, I won't take long. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm going to get off with you. And I was like, for what? And he's like, what do you mean? We're a family. Like, I want to get off with you. And when he said that, I was like, Lord, like, I'm speechless. So we got off anyways. I wasn't, because we were at the breach of divorce. Okay. When this happened. So we got off and I was walking. Actually, I was walking way in front of him and I felt the Lord tell me, like, wait for your husband. And I was like, okay, fine. So I waited for him. We walked through the door together and we had this conversation with the pastor, and it was a young pastor. And then another man came And I was the one doing the talking. He didn't talk at all. He was just like, yeah, he just said his name and didn't speak at all. And I was doing the talking, and they're like, what are your interests? What are you looking for? And I said, well, I'm going to bring my kids. I told them, okay, I have my connection with God at home, but I want to bring my children with me. And hang on, if I'm just talking about myself, I'll get to the, to the important stuff. So I was like, yeah, I want to bring my kids with me in this journey. I want them to know Jesus. I want them to know God. I want them to feel the presence, and he's like, and they're like, oh, great. Like, that's awesome. And I said, I will be here. I didn't say we will be here. I said, I will be here this Sunday with my kids. We left, we said bye, we left, we got up, and I said nothing. I even changed the subject because I was not inviting him to church at all, right? I did not invite him. He decided to bring me. He decided to get off, but I was the one that was going to go to church with my kids. So I even changed the subject, and I said, all right, what are we going to eat? Whatever. I didn't mention it at all. So then he couldn't stand the fact that I didn't invite. Like, he couldn't stand the fact. He couldn't understand. Like, he was like, what? So then he brought it up. And he's like, okay, so are we going to go to church or what? Praise God. That's all God. Okay? I can't make that up. Oh. And I was like, what? Why do you want to go to church? Like, for what? And he's like, well, I mean, I don't know. Like, we're going through problems, and I guess that's a start. And I said, you want to go to church just because? You want to go to church just because we're about to get a divorce? Like, you want to go to church just because we're having problems? I said, that's not going to fix it. You have to change. Not just because you step into a church, you're going to change. You have to want to change. And he's like, yeah, but there has to be, there has to be a start, right? I do want to change. And I want to go with you as a family. And I feel like that's what I need to do. I was like, okay. And he's like, or you don't want me to go? Unless you don't want me to go with you. And unless you want to go on your own with the kids and you don't want me to go with you, then I'll stay home. And I said, no, of course not. Of course I want you to go. But I didn't invite you because I knew you didn't want to go. Like, I didn't think you would want to go. So I praise God, and that's what God has done with me in my life these days. This was an impossible for me. Let me tell you that this was an impossible for me to take my husband or for even wanting him to go. Okay? Because of the ways he had been acting. Okay? So it was impossible for me to think that he would even want to go. But God made it like that. God made me say that I was going to go on my own. God made me say that I was going to get off on my own. God made me talk to those men in front of my husband as if I was going on my own and I was on my own in this journey to hurt my husband's ego as a husband in front of other men. That's what happened. God made it that way. God made me speak up in front of my husband and have him quiet and speak to other men and tell them, because men are supposed to be the head of the household. Not only like, oh, they're men and they're masculine, they're the head of the household. No, the reason is because they need to work as head of the household to bring you closer to God themselves, men. So the fact that I was standing up, and the fact that it was two men that came, it was the pastor, and he was young, he was about our age, and the other man, the other person that came, he was also a man, he was kind of young, and he was the one for the kids. And the fact that I hurt my husband's ego, and it had to happen that way, that he felt, okay, if these men can be here, and I can too, like I want to try. And that's what God wanted. That's what God had orchestrated. That's what God planned. So what I'm just saying is that my point to all of this is just letting you know that when you trust God, because I told God, hey, I trust you with my problems. My marriage is in your hands. Like, if this man is for me, like, let it be. And if he's not, just show me, because I'm tired. I can't anymore. Like, I can't. And what I'm seeing is God working. You know, I can see that he of course he doesn't want us to separate, you know. So all I'm saying is to trust God with all your problems. I don't know if I know this message is for someone. It's not for everybody, but I know it has to be for someone, because I know I can't be the only one suffering with, you know, not knowing what to do. Trusting God, you know. We have to learn how to trust him with every little thing. And it's a daily thing. It's not just, oh, I had a good day yesterday. I'll have a good day today. And I'll probably talk to God tomorrow. I'll be fine today. No. When you wake up, you make sure that you have your conversation with God, and make it an everyday, almost all day thing. You know, even if you're just washing the dishes, when you're driving, when you're in the restroom, you know, have your moments with God. You know how you go to the restroom and usually most of the people, you're on your phone. Okay, well, take those moments. You can be with God as well. You know, take those moments and be with God, and be thankful, be grateful for what you're having during that day, for what you had the day before. Take those moments to be, you know, gratitude, and take those moments also to ask and it shall be given. You know, seek and you shall find, knock and the doors will be open. Make sure you speak to God, and you know, anything that you want, God will give it to you. Not anything that you want, because not everything that you want is good for you. As a father, he's going to know what's good for you and what's not. So when you ask for something and he doesn't give it to you, you need to learn to trust and understand that it wasn't for you. If he takes away something from your life, you need to trust and understand that it wasn't for you, okay? And when you're ready, he will give you what you deserve, you know? He will give you what you've been waiting for so long. He will give it to you, but when the time is right. Sometimes the time is not right. Sometimes you're not ready to receive that, okay? But you just have to always trust and believe that he's always working for you. You know, it's always never against you. He's your father. He wants the best for you. And when you ask him something, ask for it with your heart, and also always tell him, Lord, if this is for me, let it be for me. And if it's not, please take it away. Please take it away. And you have to trust that when he does take it away, you have to tell him to give you the strength to be able to withhold the pain or whatever it is that you're going to go through when he takes it away. Okay? Tell him to make you strong, and tell him to give you the wisdom in order for you to understand, you know. And when you ask for something, believe that he's going to give you what you need. He's going to give you what you need in order for you to be happy. It says in the Bible, and also on Matthew. I don't know the verse because, like I said, I'm new, but it says that who of you, if your child asks you for a piece of bread, you're gonna give him a stone? You're his kid. If you ask him for a piece of bread, he's not going to give you a stone. If you ask him for something, he's not going to give you something that you don't need. You know, and it says, you that are evil will not do that. You that are evil will not give your son a stone if he asks you for a piece of bread. What makes you think that the God that's Heavenly Father will give you a stone if you ask him for a piece of bread? If you that are evil will not do that, what makes you think Lord will do that? So let that sink in, okay? I love you guys. This video is already so long. I'm really sorry. I love you guys, and I really hope this video reaches whoever it needs to reach. Make sure you please subscribe. Make sure you please help me share, because I want to touch other people's hearts. And I love that our numbers are going up. The subscribers are going up. And remember, it's not about numbers. It's not about the numbers just going up. It means that we're reaching people. It means that God's winning. We're winning. We're shining the light. And that's what we need. Remember, we need to share. We need to help each other's up. We need to help each other's out in this life, because people walk around like everything's perfectly fine. No, it's not. We need to help each other out, and help each other out, you know, with the heart. You know, I love you guys. I'm just really happy that we have this community. I'm really happy and grateful for each and every one of you, okay? Take care, and God bless you.